right.
Nice one. Hey folks, we're here at the IT by Design office here in the Philippines. I'm with our CEO, Sunny Kaila. It's really nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you, Louis.
So it is very nice to have you here in the Philippine office. And because of that, I actually prepared a couple questions for you.
Please go ahead.
All right, perfect. So real quick, what was the difference maker that got you from taxi to tech? You know, your journey is really interesting.
Thank you, Louis, for that question. That one word that I always live with is learning. Lifelong learning is what helped me go from taxi to tech. Every day, learning from my life experiences, surrounding myself with great people that I can learn from, my peers, my mentors, my coaches, and having that hunger to always make a bigger choice. So making a bigger choice that's scary, and then learning to get there with a lot of courage and a lot of commitment and a lot of confidence. But one core piece is lifelong learning.
Very interesting. I also, just to share, right, I was able to pull a couple questions from our team.
Yeah.
And so I'll just jump straight into it then. First question, right? What is a common pain point that our customers typically have?
So we work with MSPs. MSP is our customer, right? The industry that we serve is MSP. The business that we started was MSP in New York City. Then we became MSP for MSPs. So one thing that we experienced as MSP, Louis, from 2003 onwards when we started the business, is being able to build a great team, a winning team. Well, building winning teams is the biggest friction that MSPs are facing, or the biggest challenge.
Well, speaking of building teams, right? Let's say one of our partners do decide to build a team with us, right? Or then what kind of success could they expect? Like, what is a tangible KPI if, let's say, I'm an MSP, I decide to go with you? What can I expect?
Yeah, no, great question. So first of all, it varies a little bit as well, Louis, in terms of customer size or how big their MSP is, that is our customer, because their challenges are different. A 10 people MSP will have different challenges than 100 people MSP and 1,000 people MSP. So when I look at the ideal customer profile that we serve, we do really well with building winning global teams for MSPs that are about 25 people up. Because that's when they have the right operational maturity level, they have the right service manager to work with us. They can do 100% of their 50%. And we do 100% of our 50% because it's a partnership.
Exactly.
Both parties have to really commit to do 100% on both sides for the engagement to work, to make an impact. So when an MSP is 25 people up, that is our ideal customer profile, number one. And we do really well with the partners that we have, like Mediplex, Logically, NetGain, to now F12 and MSP Corp just being onboarded. These are like big MSPs that are like 100 people plus companies. And their revenues are about, let's say, anywhere 100 million plus. That's where we really shine. That's where they are really in that growth mode. They are mature enough that they can leverage our, I call it backstage for them, or integrated global team for them. That's the customer that really, really works for us. So 100 million plus companies, 100 people plus companies, but we don't say no to any company that is about 25 people. About 25 million plus MSP, that's our sweet spot. Now, the challenge. A 25 people company, like anywhere from 25 to 100 people MSPs, or 25 to about 100 million MSPs, normally they are either privately held or they are PE backed. And the major challenge that they face is staying profitable. So, because every business have a share value. What's the value of their share? And the enterprise value. So you call it enterprise value. What's important for our customers is what is their enterprise value? What is their company's asset value? And the asset value of the customer's company depends on what is their profit. If they have $100 profit, and it's a multiple. So as an example, if we look at 25 people company, or let's say $25 million company, $25 million company, if they have about 20% profit coming from the top line, and is that profits 10 times multiple. So if they are saving $100, their enterprise value will be $1,000. If they're saving $100 million, it will be $100,000. It will be $100,000 times the multiple. So basically, the enterprise value is number one outcome that they want. Number two is the profit. And the third is their employee experience, their customer experience, their employee retention, and their customer retention. Those are the four most important numbers for MSPs. There are other one or two, everyone is different. Innovation, like how efficient that they are, how automated they are, how innovative they are, right? So those are like most important numbers that our customers measure. So it's simplifying. Every MSP business owner or entrepreneur or a COO or anyone with the profit and loss responsibility or the high level responsibility of the company, they look at their growth, which is the revenue, their profit, and their enterprise value, their top talent retention, employee retention, and their customer retention. Now, so let's stay with that for a second. Why it is important for us as a team to understand, because if we can impact those numbers for the customers, we are being a plus in their life. We are being hero to them.
Exactly.
Right? We are being hero to them. They're like, oh man, as a result of my partnership with IT by Design, my business has more value, more profit, better top talent, my employee retention, better customer retention, and I am innovating more, I'm more creative, I'm innovative as a business. If they can say that, they can feel that impact, they can see that impact in numbers, then we are doing a good job with our customer, right? Now, why would someone come to IT by Design?
Exactly.
What are their normally pain points? What are the common, the needs and wants that they have? Why would they search for a company like IT by Design? They want to impact those numbers. The problem there, Louis, is that all these MSPs, they need to build a 24/7 delivery center. They need to be able to deliver help desk, network operations center, cybersecurity operations center. So those are the common things that they need in terms of their capabilities. Now, hiring nighttime, weekend people, hiring a team that can work 24/7, of course, in different shifts. It's not easy to find people in the US, in the UK, in Australia, in New Zealand, where normally MSPs are that we serve. It's hard for them to find employees that are willing to work at nighttime or weekends.
Yeah.
So that's where they're like, okay, IT by Design is my solution. If I want to build a 24/7 capability to deliver to my customer, that's what their customers are looking for, our customer's customer, I have to leverage IT by Design type of companies.
Exactly.
So that's like why they come to us. That's the problem that we are solving. If you ask me a question, Sunny, what problem are we solving? We are solving capability expansion problem for MSPs. When I say that, we build 24/7 delivery center for them, which is so integrated with them. And it's built with our 22 years of MSP experience. When I started IT by Design in New York City, we started as a small MSP.
Yeah.
And we built our own NOC, our 24/7 center, in 2007. It was for our own MSP. But when my peers in my peer group, they have seen our growth going up, our profit going up, they're like, Sunny, what the heck are you doing, man? What are you doing differently? Your numbers are so amazing, so much better than my other numbers, because we benchmark our financials with each other every quarter. And I'm like, hey man, I have opened up my 24/7 center in India. That was 2007. And now more and more Wall Street companies are coming to us to take our service. And like, oh, tell me more. I'm like, I'm getting much cost-effective technical talent. So that increased my profit. I'm able to deliver 24/7 service. So more and more financial companies from Wall Street, they need 24/7 live service. And more, we are winning more business, so our top line is growing. And then I'm like, what else? And I'm like, employees are happy. They're like, how your employees in the US are happy? And I'm like, when we didn't have our 24/7 center, our engineers in New York working in the city, they will go home and then server goes down, something else goes down, and then they need to get up from their dinner table in the evening and start fixing server.
That would be a hassle.
Right? And their families are like, oh man, at least give me my evening, right? So evening time, give me some quality time. And we had to have our engineers on call. That, hey, if stuff goes down, you need to be on call. And there used to be a rotation. Today I'm on call this week. Next week, engineer number 2 is on call. Week 3, engineer number 3 is on call. So their work-life balance was not there. And when we gave them a global team that covers those hours when they are not in the office, employee retention went up. So our US employee retention went up because now they're like, oh man, I don't have to work on the weekend. I don't have to get up in the middle of the night to fix a server.
So not only are you saving the money, you're also increasing their employee retention.
Yes, the morale of the team goes up because now they have a team to support when they are not working. And then also the customer don't have to wait until the morning, right? So P1 issues, of course, someone have to get up and fix. P2 issues, if they come in the evening, like let's say 7 p.m., it used to be when we didn't have 24/7, and someone will come in the morning and address the customer. What happens? Customer satisfaction goes down because the timely response is not there. But when you have a 24/7 global team helping the customer in a real time, the SLAs go up, the response time goes up. Customer is happier because they get better service.
If you don't mind, I'm really enjoying this conversation. But let's say I don't know who ITBD is, right?
Yeah.
What is a common misconception that they think we provide this, but we really provide this instead?
Yeah, no, great question. So normally when sometimes MSPs come to us or customers come to us, the question is, what do you do? And misconception sometimes is that maybe we are BPO or we are call center or we are just another offshore company or outsourcing company. And so much pain happened in the Western world, in the US, in the UK, in Australia, where MSPs, they tried outsourcing their help desk or their network operations center or just kind of really L1, L2 engineers, but it didn't work out. Why it didn't work out? Communication issues, cultural misunderstanding. So when they hired a company to be their 24/7 help desk or NOC or SOC, people who were on the call, taking call, they didn't have good communication skills, or they had very thick accent that their customer didn't understand them. So what happened then is that MSP's customer is telling them, hey, what are you doing? I called your number and I was not able to understand what that person was saying.
Then what was the point of calling, right?
Right? Yeah. And hey, I was on the call with this person and I started talking baseball and this guy didn't know anything about baseball. Right? So the cultural understanding, cultural understanding. So normally the misconception there is that you are just another offshore company.
Yeah.
And my experience as a customer who tried outsourcing didn't work. Why would I trust you, IT by Design? And that's where what is so different about us, Louis, is because we were born as MSP in New York City. The toughest customer in the world. Yeah, so
I'd be tough too if I never slept, right?
Especially if you're in New York City, you know, you are in that like a really fast-paced environment and you have no patience. And if you can make it there,
you can make it anywhere.
You can make it anywhere, right? Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, exactly. I love Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, so I think what I tell our customers when they get on the call and they're like, oh, probably you're just another company that is trying to serve US market or UK market or Australian market, but you don't know what it takes to serve to a small, medium-sized business as an MSP. And what I tell them is, hey, I'm one of you. We eat our own dog food.
Exactly. We know what you're going through because we went through it too.
Yes, we are preaching what we practiced.
Exactly.
As MSP in New York City, dealing with the toughest customer, if we can make it there, satisfy that customer, and grow from 1, 2, 3 people to 800 people, we can help you too, Mr. MSP. That's what makes us different. 22 years of hands-on MSP experience. The industry experience, the DNA, the MSP DNA, and we speak that language. It's in our bones, in our team's bones, our service delivery to everyone who works at ITBD. Their bones are MSP bones.
Yes, sir.
It just naturally comes to them what to listen for, what to look at when MSP is coming to us. So what we do very differently than other people is the MSP DNA. That's number one. So cultural alignment, our cultural trainings here, like how US customers think, the mindset. What is important to them? What that culture looks like? Communication, we pay a lot of attention on communication. First of all, we hire people with exceptional communication skills. People like you. You just started with us, right?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, and this is like your onboarding training happening right now. And so communication skill set is really exceptional when we hire. But we don't stop there. When they come in, they go through a boot camp with Randall.
Exactly.
And in India, they go through the same communication skills boot camp with Gagan. So we have a learning and development division to train our engineers on what good looks like for communication skills. And communication skills is not just being able to speak. It's about how you listen, generously listening, what the other side is saying. So we have a collaborative way training where we train our engineers on effective communication, effective collaboration, teamwork. That's what makes us different. And here's another thing. This is a beautiful office.
It is.
Right? And it's a SOC 2 compliance. Means when customers give us their work, where we are building a team for them, which is integrated with them, they have to come to the office and work. What it means for the customer is that they don't need to worry about cybersecurity issues. Major issue happened in the IT industry, Louis, is that MSP allowed an engineer to work from home. That engineer was not happy one day with whatever decision that MSP team made. And he started resetting their password from home. And the MSP is trying to look for that engineer. And I personally received calls from MSP friends where they were not doing business with us, but they're like, Sunny, I know you are well connected in India. I know you're well connected in Philippines. This guy did this to me. Can you please help me? I don't know anyone locally. I can't even file a case. So security issues that are real out there when you don't have a SOC 2 compliance facility and you don't have that oversight. Because what engineers do, they have access to servers. They have access to, they have keys to the kingdom, MSP kingdom.
Yes.
They have so much power with access to their remote controls. They are having access to not only the MSP systems, they have access to MSP's client systems. Just imagine the risk that you're taking if you don't have SOC 2, like secure facility for engineers to work for US customers and their customers.
It's like leaving your door wide open for like an unwanted trespasser.
Yes, yes. And you know, like stuff happens.
Exactly.
Stuff happens. There are, you know, from overall the home networks are sometimes they're not properly patched and networked and secured. So there are like security being like one piece. So it's MSP DNA, 22 years. Number 2 is our communication skills of our team members. The training focus, the MSP bootcamp, MSP ready engineers. And then cybersecurity. We take cybersecurity very seriously internally, and we make sure that our clients they feel safe, they feel secure, that their team is with us in a very secure place.
That's a good lead into my next question.
Yes.
So we talked a lot about MSPs in particular, right?
Yeah.
Why do we cater specifically to MSPs and not other IT companies?
Yeah, that's a great question. Before I go think about that question, it's your turn now.
Oh, right. One moment.
All right.
Very close.
That
Very
was good. We can serve mid-market enterprise accounts as well, but our 22 years of experience is with MSP channel. And that market is so big.
It is.
The total addressable market, just in the US, there's just so much abundance there that we can build a lot more capabilities for that target market. And just to stay away from shiny objects, because where businesses fail is that they want to, if they try to be everything for everyone, you got to be able to solve a very specific problem for a specific target market. If you want to be the best, where the industry cannot ignore you, no one can ignore you when you have a unique solution for a unique industry.
When you're a jack of all trades, you're a master of nothing. So here we are mastering the MSP.
This is where we are the masters when it comes to serving MSP industry. We can always build more capabilities like Team GPS, our talent SaaS platform. It's built for MSPs, purpose built for MSPs and their talent. So what we solve is a talent problem. Either we build a winning team for the MSPs, or we provide them Team GPS, which is a SaaS platform to help them engage their team members, performance manage their team members. And then another piece is talent trainings with Build It. So talent building, hiring to onboarding for MSPs, talent management system, which is Team GPS, and talent training system, which is Build It. So we have leadership license training for MSPs to train their leaders. We have technical trainings that we do and we provide to our engineers that are dedicated to MSPs. So just staying focused and being master, where you are so good at solving the problem for that industry. So that's why we stay away from shiny objects.
Well, you were talking about us being the masters. So for those who aren't aware, at a very high level, what are our individual services that we provide?
Yes. So just imagine if this is a pod and you have L1, L2, L3 engineers for MSPs and you have a technical lead. So what we do is we have ready to go engineers that are L1 engineers, level 1, help desk, level 1 plus, level 2, level 2 plus, and level 3, and technical leads. So that's our talent.
Okay.
Right? So that's like bench engineers ready to go the same day. If you need L1, you need L2, you can take that right away from us.
So if I were an MSP and I go, Sunny, I need 10 people today, we could do that?
We can give you resumes today. You just need time to interview them.
Wow, okay. So that's the talent we have.
Yeah.
What other services could they expect?
Yeah, so the talent.
Yes.
And then we have the Team GPS, which is a talent operating system for them. And then we have build-it trainings, which are leadership trainings.
Yes. In that case.
And now we're adding AI. Okay. The new product that we have is AI trainings for MSPs.
We have a new product.
Yes.
Wow. I can't wait for the training for that. So what's one service that we offer that you believe is very underrated? It has huge upside. It's just not enough people know about it yet.
Team GPS, our talent operating system, because MSPs can exponentially increase their profit, their employee retention, their customer retention by using this system. Because they have a lot of systems to manage servers, but they don't have systems to manage their people, their talent. And talent is so crucial for every business. So a lot of MSPs don't know that how impactful it can be if they take our talent operating system, which is Team GPS.
Let's say you only had 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's say you get into an elevator with a CEO. He's also in the MSP industry.
Yeah.
You have 30 seconds.
Yeah.
How do you pitch that?
Yeah. So we are MSP for MSPs. And we solve talent problem for MSPs. We make them more profitable. We increase their employee retention. We increase their customer retention. And we increase their enterprise value. So their company asset goes 10x. And the teamwork that we provide for them. So they can take a NOC service from us, which is Network Operations Center, shared services, or they can just take a dedicated team from us.
All right, that is the 30 seconds. Perfect.
Thank you, Louis. Those were great questions.
Given that clients could hire directly, they could hire directly, they could acquire another MSP, why choose us specifically?
Yeah, because I think this is what we do and we do well.
Yes.
And it's like MSPs, they should focus on what they do well.
Yes.
Rather than opening different centers in different countries, because there is a lot of labor laws exposure to a lot of other things that happen. So let us handle your backstage and you handle your front stage. You, Mr. MSP, can do really well with the front stage and focusing more on the customer, and let us handle the backstage work, which they don't want to do.
Then follow-up question, how do we compare to a more affordable option, like a cheaper option, right? How do we compare to that?
Yeah, it's all about the value prop, the value addition. So there are a lot of solutions that I was saying earlier. A lot of people, they make an attempt, they lose customers, they lose reputation in the market if they end up selecting a wrong partner. So that their business reputation is at risk, their security is at risk, and their overall customer retention is at risk. They lose revenue, they lose opportunity, the future opportunity to grow those accounts. They are not profitable then, because when you're losing revenue, when you're losing customer, you're losing reputation, you have security risk, you don't have any enterprise value. So MSPs, when they choose us, they are able to choose a partner where they have 22 years of experience in terms of what they are doing.
Okay.
We have been there, we have done that, and we have done it successfully. With 800 people today and privately held, we have done something really well that made us go from one-person shop to 800 people in 3 different countries with 4 different sites, and without borrowing money from anyone. And we have done hands-on work what they are doing. So we can really support them to help them scale with profitability.
real quick, if let's say we hired someone new, what does our sales process look like?
For sales process, so number one is identifying the need, asking right questions, learning how to ask right questions. Right question is, Mr. Customer, what outcomes needs to be true for you to feel happy 2 years from now, 1 year from now? With that question, we need to personally outreach to our target list to generate leads. When the lead is there, the first step in the process is discovery call. During the discovery call, the question that I just shared, what needs to be true? That's where everything should start. Everything should start with a question. Because if you don't know what their customer's aspiration is, what's the motivation behind them jumping on a call with you, you will not be able to align the right solution.
Yeah, you can keep telling them this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
This is real, you will save so much money. But if that's not what they care about.
Yeah. And so step one, set up that one-on-one discovery. Step two is then ask right questions to understand the needs and wants of the customers. When you have clarity, what's the motivation behind, why, what is so important to them, what success looks like, with that question, what outcome needs to be true for you to feel happy in 1 year, in 2 years. Then you are in a position to see what they're looking for, and then you can see, okay, is the knock or help desk or a dedicated team is the right fit for them, or team GPS is the right fit for them, or builder trainings is the right fit for them, or AI trainings is the right fit for them. And then, so just then it's a proposal.
Yes, sir.
So once you have that, then you need to give them proposal for that solution, and then the last is the agreement, and that's the whole life cycle of from entry to exit.
Yes, sir. Well, for the people that are watching, let's say they're a new hire, right? What is the one skill or trait that you believe these people need to be able to successfully do that sales process?
Of course, the hard work, smart work, work ethics is all good. But one thing, entrepreneurial attitude. And when I say that, is figure it out.
Exactly.
So if you have the mindset to figure it out, you can do so well, no matter what your role is. Because we're an entrepreneurial attitude company, we're not a bureaucratic. And if people are used to working for bigger companies, they want playbooks, they want everything, like step by step, everything, then it may not work for them. In general, in life, people who are successful, one common trait that they have is they have very high level of commitment and resilience to figure it out. They don't stop.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's say I'm a sales rep. As a CEO, what would I have to do to grab your attention? Let's say I am completely away from you, right? I'm all the way here.
Yeah.
You're all the way there.
Yeah.
How would I grab your attention?
As a salesperson, grabbing my attention?
You're in that building over there. I'm in this building over here. How would I approach grabbing your attention? Like whether it's email, whether it's LinkedIn, what would be the best way for me to reach you?
Yeah, we use Teams.
Yes.
So Teams, that's like one way.
Yes.
Of course, email. I'm not a big email guy. So email is yes, but Teams.
Yes.
Messaging in the Teams, and if it's important, I'm very accessible. Like we're very collaborative here.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter what your title is. We are all equal, and we work in a really, really entrepreneurial way. So the best way to reach out to me and get my attention is letting me know why you need my attention. What is the importance?
Okay, so the important thing is the right timing.
Yeah.
And education.
And the education, yeah.
Then what typically goes through your mind when you're being contacted by a rep? Let's say they finally get to pitch you. What goes through your mind while they're pitching you?
That the question normally is that, is it going to be a time well spent? Because again, you don't want to come back from that meeting with the feeling that, oh man, this was such a waste of time.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So preparation.
Then in that case, my last sales question for you would be, how would I change my presentation if I were presenting to you, for example, compared to an IT manager, right?
Yeah, so for CEOs, it's a bigger picture, it's vision. Like if you can support their vision, right? So you can really execute on something that can help them achieve their vision, that's when you get attention. For a COO, it's more operational management. For a service manager, it's more of delivery. So really, again, asking right questions. So the best thing for any salesperson is to know the persona that you're talking to. Do some deep research. Nowadays, you can do that on ChatGPT. That act as my advisor. That I will be having a call with this persona. Find 5 to 7 top success measures for this role. When you know the outcomes, then you are able to think, because everyone is looking for result.
So know the outcome that they want.
Yes.
And tailor your presentation based on that.
Yes.
So Sunny, real quick, right? How would a sales rep tailor their presentation if I were pitching to like a CEO like you, compared to like, let's say, an IT manager?
Yeah. So doing a lot of research on that person. So persona-based understanding that what are the outcomes that they want from that role. For example, CEO persona normally is the bigger picture, is the vision. So knowing that, what they want is they want to come up with new capabilities, new relationships, visionary thinking. And for a COO, for example, we talked about the net growth, the profit, the enterprise value, which is important for CEO. So doing deep research on the persona that you will be getting on a call with or building the presentation for, understanding that what are their aspirations, what are they looking for. So being able to ask right questions through the presentation will help you map the right solution and be successful with that sale. So solution selling.
Exactly. I mean, in that case, let's say a sales rep was already talking with a CEO or an IT manager. What are the, let's say, top 3 most common objections that they get off the bat?
Yeah, I'm happy with my service provider right now. And number 2 is that, hey, we tried offshore before, we built a global team. It didn't work for us. We couldn't find people who speak well, the communication issues, cultural understanding, cultural acceptance in the US or UK. So it's a cultural misalignment, communication misalignment. Hey, I have security concerns, bias from my customers that if they find out that I'm outsourcing to Philippines or India or Africa, South Africa or somewhere else, I'm going to lose my customers. Those are normally fears that they have, uncertainties that they have, and or the cost, that hey, cost is high. That could be there. That hey, the quality of talent, that I don't know if you're going to have quality engineers, the L1, L2s. So those are normally the objections.
So this is the last question, Sunny.
Okay.
It is the most important question.
Okay.
It is so important.
Okay.
You will remember this question for the rest of your life.
Okay.
What is your favorite fruit?
Blueberries.
That's a good answer. I love me blueberries. Well, thank you so much for your time, Sunny. I really appreciate it. I can't wait till we talk again. And till next time.
Yes, let's continue with the game.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Last shot's yours.
All right.